Look at the early data, what it's showing, and yes, it's going to create some opportunity to buy some stock. First up is Costco. The general trend is up. You'll see it plateaued on February 19th. Many of you have been saying a week ago lines were crazy, parking lots were crazy, people probably stocking up. It did get hit though on February 28th. General trend still up. Next up is Target. Look at that line, straight up. Target barely got hit on February 28th. Home Depot, general uptrend since beginning of the year. Probably consumers worried about inflation and tariffs, hence buying in advance of that. However, did get hit pretty hard on the 28th, but again, you'll see here general uptrend. Wow, this is Starbucks, general uptrend. Looks like they got hit pretty hard on the 28th, and I know a lot of people also stayed home that day as well, which probably added to it. Amazon, untouchable, pretty untouchable. Look at that, tiny dip, that's it. Last but not least is Walmart. That is a big tip, guys. I'm a bit surprised. Would love your thoughts on what's happening here. I know a lot of people want to support local that day. That might be part of it, but wow, that's pretty bad. Ranked from least hit hard to the most hit hard, we've got Amazon, Target, Costco, Walmart, Home Depot, and Starbucks.
Liberal logic is saying that this Friday, they're all going to join together to boycott and not buy anything. By not buying anything, they're hoping to stress out these big businesses and show them who boss is. But in the meantime, they're telling everybody, make sure you stock up, get your beer or your White Claws, get your vegan dips, buy this and that. Go out there and make sure you stock up because on Friday, we're not going to be able to buy anything. Does that make any damn sense? It makes no sense. You're saying we're going to crash the economy, show these guys who's boss by going out there today and yesterday to spend our money on supplies so that we can stock up so that on Friday we can boycott. Make it make sense, guys. What are you trying to accomplish? Like, you're acting like a child, a petulant child. Stop it. Enough is enough. You're not accomplishing anything. Grow up.
Opinions.
I'll say they accomplished something because people are talking about it. Like you were saying before, Vogel, like Target is already like struggling. So for them to take any type of hit, it's gonna harm them. Do I necessarily think that this is gonna have like long-term effects and they gonna be in the boardroom saying, "Oh, the people did this. We got to come up with something." No, but I feel like they sent a message and that people saw the message.
Easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, pretty much tag on you, or excuse me, tag off of you, and just say the same thing. Like, I don't think it's gonna have a long term effect, because Target's not going nowhere. I think people are just upset right now, but like I said, people are still shopping at these places. They might not be physically going inside the store, but you can place an order, curbside order, pull up to the parking lot and get your stuff and go in, and nobody's going to see you. So people are still shopping there. Um, you know, undercover shopping online and curbside assistance.
I saw
So
that too.
Oh
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like as of right now, I mean, I think it was like what 15 billion and Target took that hit. I mean, that's a lot of money, but at the same time, it's really not to Target because they make money all year round. I mean, I think it'll pick back up during the holidays, but like I said, right now people are upset, so that's why people are boycotting right now.
Yeah. DoorDash is popping Friday.
I remember you said that.
Yo, I'm talking about it was lit Friday. Everybody's ordering. So it's not the best thing. I think it's emotional. That's why it's not working. And then you have everybody. It's basically like you have the left, and there's different sects of. You got some people that just want to do it to show, hey, we're here. You got the black community that wants to do it for whatever reason. Anything racial, name it, they want to boycott but can't get it right. It's just, and then the DEI thing, right? And to me, that's the core issue of why it's not working. Because if you need DEI, you probably don't have what it takes to sustain a boycott.
Yeah, and I just realized that you got Slim on the thumbnail, but y'all was standing at Target and he didn't even show up. Just talk about that.
Yeah, he boycotted the military.
Right.
Hey, not the black business.
right. The crazy part about
no
it.
YouTube owned by whites, but dang, we on here.
Exactly. But as far as like the DEI thing, I think the craziest part about it that people saying now, which makes it look crazy to me, and I'm the Democrat, is what, and we've talked about this so much, but is that it was mostly for white women. I think we were number 5 on the people who like this helped as far as black people with DEI, and Al Sharpton, the one leading this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think to a certain extent, with Al Sharpton specifically, if there are no racial problems anymore, then he's out of work.
Yep.
You know,
just basically being a grifter. And I want to give an example, right, of why this type of stuff will never work. Because here's the thing: if other people, white women, because now white women want to act like a minority or like they're oppressed, and it's because they ran away from their white men. Any community that run away from the men is going to suffer. That's just nature and how we're built, right?
Okay.
The black community, the reason why this will never work is because electric bill, right? Now imagine my electric bill come and I look at it and I'm like, all right, these Negroes charging me too much per kilowatt hour. I'm going to protest by cutting my power off, right? I got kids in the house that, they got to have their iPads. Same with my wife in the house, she, when they need the TV, Lifetime, whatever they're going to do, right? But I'm like, no, we're protesting. And I cut the power off. Somebody going to eventually get cold. The kids going to want their iPad. They going to want the internet. Somebody going to want to eat, right? So you're probably going to cut it back on. All right, now here's a different scenario. Now say I got my electric bill 6 months ago and was like, if they charge it too much per kilowatt hour, if they raise this again, I'm going to protest and cut it off. But this time I went out and bought all the batteries, solar panels. I got a whole system where I can get 20 to 30 kilowatts of electricity, which is about what you need to power a house, right? So I have all that. And I say that I'm going to protest and I'm able to run my house with just solar. That's called an investment. I invested in myself, into my community, or saying that's how black people should be investing into their community, right? That's why the protests aren't working, because there's no investment. You're literally cutting your power off with no backup. Because people need eggs, they need food, they need diapers, they need medicines, whatever it is, they need it. So eventually they're going to give in. So the only way that a boycott is going to be effective is if you build something first, you have a backup. And then if you have a backup, you're not going to even really want to boycott, right?
Yeah, what you're saying reminded me of what Malcolm X is saying, and this was literally in the 60s, but where he was basically like, the black man feel like he got to go work on a white man job. He feel like he got to go to the white man's store. He feel like he got to go do everything with the white man, and you can't be mad at a Korean guy that come by the store in the hood, because we don't buy our own stores, we don't make our own stuff. The dollar, I think, lasts in the black community the shortest amount of time. I think it's like 1 day. But if you look at like the Jewish community, the white community, like the dollar stays in because they go buy from their own people. They can do all this stuff with their own people. And we have $1 billion some dollars in our community. But the people who got the money, they don't invest in black industries and stuff like that. I mean, what business has Jay-Z opened that employed a lot of black people?
Say it again.
Like Jay-Z, like athletes,
They don't.
Are they create companies where black people can like build and shop together?
No, they just build stuff for black people can buy it. Jordans, the music itself, and all that goes to the bigger corporations.
Right.
You know what? Now that you mention that, why aren't bigger corporations advocating for reparations? Because
They
we
don't
would
want
just,
to be the ones to pay for it. They'll get taxed for it. Probably.
but they gonna get taxed on what we pay them because we ain't gonna do nothing but give it back.
That's true. That's true.
Now that I think about it, you know what? Let me not even put that idea because that's probably gonna happen now and put it out there. We gonna hear about it next election.
Easy. What you got to say about this?
Now, I want to make a comment on somebody made a comment about diversity. I believe in diversity too. I feel like we need to have other ethnic 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 groups, excuse me, pardon me, in the workplace. It makes things more even. Um, you know what I'm saying? If you have too much of anything, I think it's bad. So we need diversity, man. Um, I want to say that, Malcolm X and all them back in the day, and like even now, they try to empower people to like own their own businesses and stuff like that. But it doesn't always work. Um, and that's another subject for another time. But yeah.
Nah, I want to hit on that. Like you don't need DEI for diversity. Like we're all different in America. America's already a melting pot. It's
True.
just what's you need DEI because parents aren't being parents. Communities aren't being communities. The church isn't contributing anymore. The church is right now a business, a for profit.
Mm-hmm.
They claim to be a nonprofit, but they're for profit business. If you look at like a lot of because Indians, I think, have overtook white people as far as like the wealth or like the average earning. But if you look at you look at their families, like I know it used to be where Asian families, the first thing they would get their kid when they were born was a computer. The computer probably be outdated by the time kid was old enough to use it. But that was the stuff they wanted: a desk, a computer, all the educational stuff so that they could start their kids off learning. We don't do that. We get on TikTok and dance with our kids and then give them all the zooms and whams and sugar, because people don't understand food is, I'm telling you, the food now is bad and it hinders learning. But the majority of it is you need DEI when you got everybody, and I'm gonna call it a matriarch damn near, and everybody that want to do what they want to do, they're entitled. We're not focused. So yes, you need DEI to try to get everybody a job when they're not qualified for it. If we were doing what we're supposed to do and raising people, there would be no need. There would be people there. There would be different ethnicities that would come out as far as the talent and be good for these jobs. To me, that's what DEI is. It's like getting blood pressure medicine instead of stop eating MSG all the time.
Yeah, and that makes sense. But I also remember, I think he was telling Slim that Dr. Umar said, Slim was telling you that Dr. Umar said he tried to get black contractors, but they weren't working right, so he had to go get white contractors. So
Yeah.
even Dr. Umar, Mr. Super Black Man, went and got white contractors.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, like...
And to me, that's an excuse, because I even know good black contractors. I got a homie in Atlanta right now, man. He done built a lot of condos and stuff, like in downtown on the east side of Atlanta. Like, dude is sick with it. Umar, if you listening to this, send Gray a message and I'll shoot you his info. Nah, seriously, like I'm like I said, me as a mechanic. If you can go right now and Google my shop, you're gonna see 5 stars with like over 100 reviews. You know what I'm saying? So we're out here. To me, Umar is making that excuse, but I think we could do better. I think there's like rarities, but we're raising our kids to be rappers and stars and football players. Even there are a lot of black kids in the robotics and STEM. It's just not enough, and when it's not put in front of you, you're not you got the outliers that get into it, the ones who aren't watching TV all the time, who they just happen to. My nephew do love trains. It's just some kids will fall into it, but it's not enough. If you put the propaganda is for art. It's not for STEM.
So I want to ask both of y'all a question because I know Vogler said a lot of stuff about black people get LLCs. So on payday, you get paid payday over a 2-week span, over a month. How much of your money, or do you ever spend any money in a black business? Easy, you looking down. Well, you go first. Oh man, you get paid on the same day. Within a month or 2 weeks, do you pay at any business that's black owned?
Uh, I feel like you're trying to put me on the spot, man. But I gotta be honest with you, man. All black people don't do good business. I gotta be honest with you, man. I mean, there's been several times where, I mean, like even street business. You know what I'm saying? You try to get your bag, and they might short your bag and all that. You know how people do. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I gotta push back on you with that one, because I kind of think that was a negative. Like, I know I criticize, but I don't want it to be negative. I don't think it's that black people don't do good business. I don't think there's enough black businesses in areas where we need them. You will find black businesses when it comes to entertainment, but you're not finding a lot of black business when it comes to necessities like stores and things like that. I think that's the issue.
Yeah, but those businesses take money to operate, and it's
Yeah.
hard to thrive when no one's shopping with you. So if I'm gonna open this business up, I mean, people are taking loans out at banks and to start these businesses. Why am I gonna take a loan out at a bank for me just to go bankrupt when nobody's going to shop with me? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the issue with businesses in general. You know what I'm saying? You see all these companies closing down. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about it. We never talked about the black guy that saved Red Lobster. I wanted to talk about that. I forget his name now, but like I think he's a great example of a great CEO. So yeah, there are good black CEOs. I'm not knocking all of them. I'm just saying a majority of black businesses, they're not thriving because they don't know how to market their company.
Well, Easy, I know you gotta leave, so go ahead and give your final thoughts.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yo, this is a good show. 85, where you at, my guy? But other than that, every time I come in the show, I'm always learning something new. I appreciate y'all teaching me stuff, and I love the conversations that we have, man. It's helping me grow as a man, for real, for real. So I appreciate y'all, man.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Well, you want to just give our closing thoughts, and then we just start again Wednesday?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Or we could talk. I talk. Hey, it don't matter to me.
My closing thoughts is pretty much, the boycott. I don't think that's necessarily going to work. Trump is going to do what Trump is going to do. It's going to be a wild ride for the next 4 years. Just invest in yourself, work hard, and don't let the government dictate you or what's going on in the government from you accomplishing your goals.
All right. And for me, we minus the going back and forth. We need more. The leaders of the future after Trump need to have that same stance where they stand up and put America first. Even though it wasn't the prettiest display, like I said, he stood on his principle that we're going to focus on us. He's been doing this with Canada, with Mexico, everybody that's asking for something. He's pretty much learning how to say no. And this is something that a wealthy friend of mine, I had got a contract and it didn't go so well because there was kind of a slight recession in 2022. But he pulled me to the side and he was like, I want your new favorite word to be no. Right. And I would tell any of the fellows watching this, I'll tell y'all the same thing. Your favorite word needs to be no. You can't give away all your wealth when you start getting in it. People will make you feel bad for it. That's what they're doing to the U.S. They're like, hey, you got it, so you need to help us. No, And then a lot of the liberals, minus Gray, but a lot of the liberals, that's how they feel. They feel entitled. They're socialists. That's what's going on. A lot of liberals are socialists at heart. So they think we have all this money that came out of thin air that we should be giving it to everybody or anybody who made a bad decision. Some of these countries made bad decisions. This is why they're in the place that they're in, right? So yes, I stand with Trump on what he's doing and trying to get us to focus on us, get us out of this deficit. Like I said, it may not be the prettiest way of doing it, and he's doing it fast, but I do agree with what he's doing. And as far as the Black community, we got to stop boycotting without any wealth. We receive a lot of wealth, 1.6 trillion. We got to figure out a way to keep that, because it's not about what you make. We make 1.6 trillion. It's about what you keep. In the Black community, we need to keep at least, to start off, we need to keep at least 30 to 40% of that. And that needs to go into grocery stores, in the things that are boring. That's the problem with the Black community. We don't like stuff that's boring. We want to do stuff that's fun, rap, sports, whatever's going to put us on TV, reality shows, lashes, whatever it is, travel. No, we need to start keeping the money in our community to reinvest. And once we have some type of foundation, if we still feel mad, we got an alternative to where we can boycott.
For sure. Tomorrow we got the